Hey guys, it's Mersh. Welcome back to my channel. I am currently live on Twitch and we are currently streaming an account takeover for our clanmate here, Joggaloo. So he is sort of mid, he's probably, I'd say he's mid game, but he's got some good champions, so he's not far away from end game content at all. He just needs to get his account in order, really. He is a little bit of a hoarder, so he needs help clearing this Spider 20 10 times on auto mission because he is very close to getting his Arbiter and we're going to see if we can help him today. So let's have a look through the champions. Okay, Death Knight's good, Razin's good, Sile can be used as like a backup option. Miscreated as like a spider god up until 20. He is like the only spider tank you'll ever need. We've got a Royal Guard. We've got two Cold Hearts. Oh, yeah, I missed a Mordecai. And he has a Feign. So plan A is going to be to just try and build him a speed team, I think. So the first thing we need to do, because the main thing for a speed team, right, is that we need the damage, right? We've got two Cold Hearts and a Royal Guard. Royal Guard looks like he's been built for Spider, which is nice. He's got his masteries. He is not fully booked, so it's going to hinder his damage a little bit, but nothing too severe. And we should never need to be using this cooldown anyway until we're hitting Spider like 21 through 25. But okay, we can play around with his gear at least quite a lot. Speaking of which, is Mordecai booked? Okay. Nice, yeah, we've got his HP burn booked and his A1's booked. This one is not booked, but again, it's not really relevant until you're hitting spiders 21 through 25. But he's got plenty of champions that can help him do that anyway. Let's have a look at the Cold Heart builds. So I assume the Cold Hearts are booked. Yep, cool. Okay, so this one, 170% crit damage. It's not too bad, but we want to try and bump that up at least by 50. Same with the attack. HP is fine. Speed's fine. The crit is way overtuned, and I think that's where he is dropping some stats that he needs. The accuracy is okay for Spider 22. I say 22, not 22, the number. But yeah, the crit rate is 40% over where it needs to be, which is quite hefty. And this one, same thing. He's like 25% over on the crit rate. Crit damage is way low, attack is way low. So he's just lacking the damage, I think, from these Cold Hearts. And we'll do the same with Royal Guards. So yeah, okay. So first thing I click on is crit damage gear. And already I can see so much of it is not rolled. So what we're going to do is get rid of all the crap. Like, okay, there's not actually too much crap. He's cleared through a lot of the bad stuff. We've got any resistance stuff? We do have a lot of resistance chests, but it's not the end of the world. We'll maybe do them if we're short of silver. Okay, so first thing we're going to look at is crit damage gloves with crit rate substats. Okay, he has a whole load here, like I said, unrolled. So we will probably just go through these and speed roll them up and just see sort of what gear we get. And then we'll have a look at the other sort of important pieces to roll up afterwards. I mean, that'll do for a Cold Heart, man. You don't need much else. These stuff can all be useful, just preferably we're going to be using the ones that roll double crit rate at least. HP percent is always handy because we need the Cold Hearts to stay alive if we're going to push to 25 later down the line. But we at least want to be taking this kind of gear up to 12 anyway, just to see where the stats roll. So crit rate, accuracy, again, that's pretty okay. We'll just wish their resistance was HP percent or attack percent. Same with this one, resistance. I wish it was attack percent or speed or something. Okay, guys, so I have rolled some gear and I have sort of done masteries for champions and sorted all their builds out. It took a bit of time with some stream shenanigans going on. A guy called Taco, he donated very, very kindly to myself, and I appreciate it very, very much. I'm still overwhelmed if you can't tell. But without further ado, let's get into the actual build. So we've got Mordecai running in 2 perception set pieces and 1 speed set. We don't have an accuracy banner, so we have to make up for that in the build. To compensate for it, we've had to drop some defensive stats and drop some speed compared to where we would like it. Obviously, this Jog, he hasn't been able to farm Spider 20, so his Spider gear is lacking a little bit, but we've tried to compensate for that in the build. So we've got just under 300 accuracy, we've got 224 speed, which is enough to make sure that Mordecai goes first, and then we've just literally piled on whatever defensive stats we can. In terms of the masteries, I've set it up for Mordecai to be able to eventually push to 25. We've got him with a resistance keystone mastery, with the rest of it just being general support stuff. Law of Steel boosting his speed and accuracy even further with the perception and speed sets, with 2 accuracy masteries here, and Master Hexer just to make sure these HP burn debuffs that he places stay on for as long as possible. The rest of it is honestly just standard like defense supporty type masteries. Then we've got Fane, who was already sort of built out by Joggaloo. We've got her in War Master just to help with that little damage at the start. He also uses her in Faction Wars, I think, so I didn't want to change the build too much. We've got again just general kind of supportive masteries. We've got this one because she needs help staying alive with Faction Wars, so we've left the masteries pretty much untouched. In terms of the actual build, we've got accuracy and perception because Fane's only job in this team is to place, not that one, this ability, decrease defense and weaken on the same ability at 100% chance of placing the decreased defense as well as the weaken. They both have 75% booked up to 100. In terms of the actual stats, she's very squishy. She's got a bit of attack, again, because in Faction Wars she just needs to do damage. She's got some crit rate just to help with actually placing these debuffs and enough accuracy to be able to place them on stage 20. And then we get to the nukers, right? So we have Royal Guard. Royal Guard, we couldn't squeeze him in too much. We have him, he's got 1 piece of Stone Skin, which actually helps his HP out quite a lot. Then we've just gone for Cruel. The rest of it is just stats. You need to go for stats over set bonuses, by the way, guys. I know it's tempting just to try and squeeze in and force in pieces of gear just to make sure you get these like little bonuses, but you've got to make sure it's actually worth it and you're not tanking stats in the meantime. So Royal Guard is running slow, but we've squeezed as much crit damage as we could onto him, enough accuracy so that he can use his abilities outside of Spider too. And enough HP just to keep him alive should we fail to nuke the Spider down in the first place. And again, because he's not Cold Heart, he needs as close to 100% crit rate as you can get him. Cold Heart only needs 70%. This guy needs, like I said, close to 100. Then we've also got him in Helm Smasher. This is because this helps with nuking Spider as well as any waves that you use him for. So for example, Fire Knight, you need to clear a couple waves before you can get to the boss. And Helm Smasher just means that Royal Guard can contribute that little bit more towards actually being able to do it. Then we've also gone down the support tree just to give him some accuracy to help with landing his turn meter, sort of his turn meter reduction and his decreased defense on the A1. Then after that, we've just got Law of Steel to help with that cruel set bonus and the actual Stone Skin bonus for the HP. It helps out quite a little bit. Master Hexer to make sure that decreased defense stays on for as long as possible, and Sniper to give him more chance at placing it. Then with the 2 Cold Hearts, we actually have fairly similar builds. We've got double perception on this one and double perception with Cruel on this one, so it's nice to get the set bonuses where we can. The first Cold Heart is the faster of the 2, and again, we only need to hit 70% crit rate. We've got as much crit damage as we can because we just want her to full nuke. We have enough HP for her to stay alive if she needs to, and enough accuracy to learn the Heartseeker. In terms of masteries, we have Giant Slayer because she is used in Fire Knight, and the other stuff is just to keep her alive. The other Cold Heart, we have got Flawless Execution just to help. This one's only used in Spider, right? So we just want to crank the damage up and nuke it as hard as possible. In terms of the other stats, though, we've got 71% crit rate, as much crit damage as we could get, overkill on the accuracy to make sure we get the turn meter on at least one of them. And then the rest of it is just kind of whatever. She's only there to do one job, right? Now, we're going to get into the setup for the team. So first, we actually need to clear stage 19, which should be fine, to be honest. All right, this is called Spider 12. We're way beyond that, so we're changing up the team. And because we now have a Royal Guard that we can throw into the team, we're going to use him just to buff up the damage, make sure we're getting whatever nukes in that we can. Then we've got Mordecai, we've got Fane, and then double Cold Heart. So the way this team is going to work is you're going to have Mordecai going first. Now, ideally, we want Fane going first, but I didn't want to spend too much of this guy's silver. We spent a lot of it rolling up the gear to actually build the team. So as a result, sorry, we're going to have Mordecai going first. We want him to use his HP burn and increase attack on everybody to start off the fight. And if just for whatever reason this goes for long, we want him to have this HP burn as his first priority anyway. With Fane, she is probably going to die after her first turn, but we just want her to get this decreased defense weaken debuff out straight away. Then I think it will be this Cold Heart first. She is going to drop the turn meter of the spider. Then we're going to have second Cold Heart come in. Ideally, we want to up Royal Guard speed just a little bit so she goes before this Cold Heart, because otherwise we're kind of going overkill with the Heat Seekers dropping turn meter. They're going to do it back to back, and it already gets rid of like the whole turn meter anyway. So ideally, we would want Royal Guard playing in between the two Cold Hearts just to get more value out of the Heat Seekers or Heart Seekers. I can't remember which one it is, man. Heart Seeker, okay. But then, yeah, we're going to go Takedown, which will nuke everyone as well. And we'll put that on first priority. And yeah, that should be fine. So, fingers crossed, this team can just go ahead and straight up clear stage 19. Mordecai's HP burn should mean that this is a 100% team. The Spiderlings and the Spider should not be able to survive through all of the nukage that we have going on. So we've got the HP burn coming out straight away. Fane comes in, drops defense and weaken. And we've got 1 nuke, 2 nuke, 3 nuke. So we don't quite get the full nuke on the spider. We need quite a bit more crit damage, I think, for that. But as you can see, the HP burns are just going to be out here doing the work and get through the rest of the HP bar. And then there we have it. Finally. 30-second team. It's not too bad considering we don't have like 250 plus crit damage on everybody. Or at least all of the nukers. But it will do. But yeah, that's stage 19 conquered, which he couldn't do before. Now we go into stage 20, which is the real test to see if this comp works. I think it still will do. Bit nervous. But yeah, it should still be fine. He just needs to be able to hit this 10 times on auto. Okay, so Mordecai is not hitting some of those HP burns, which is kind of sad. But to be honest, I don't think we're going to need it. Royal Guard is going to get more damage versus stage 20 than he will against stage 19. Mordecai is sadly dead. Oh, this is going to be a bit ropey. Come on. There we go. There's stage 20 done on auto. If we could get more accuracy maybe on Mordecai, we should be fine. But yeah, there's stage 19. Farmed nicely. This is an okay amulet, so we'll keep it. But there you have it, guys. There is a first time stage 20 run. Okay, and there you have it, guys. There is a first time stage 20 Spider team. Once we get better gear from Spider, we'll be able to increase the speed of the run and make it more consistent as well. Hey guys, it's Mersh. Just quickly, whilst I'm editing the video, I noticed that there was a part that I forgot to include, which is that after these runs, I actually went back and I changed one of the Cold Heart masteries. So one of the Cold Hearts was running Giant Slayer, and what I actually did is take Giant Slayer off and swapped it for Flawless Execution, just to pump up the damage a bit. And that one change alone actually meant that we did a bit more damage to the spider consistently, and it meant that 15 seconds or so was actually shaved off of the total runtime, as well as it made the run like a million times more consistent as well. After we made that change, it literally didn't fail. What we could also do to improve the consistency even further is just make Feign a little bit faster, and yeah, it would be fine. So as you can see, I'm going to get back to my my finite demon spawn runs, and yeah, peace. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a subscribe. I do stream on Twitch fairly regularly, and I do have a Discord channel where if you want to hop in, just be part of the community, share some memes, or potentially inquire into any like takeover services that I provide, then feel free to do so. But yeah, without further ado, thank you for watching and peace.